June being my birthday month, I decided I'm going to treat myself a little bit and head out for a species I need to complete the Reedbuck slam. I'm heading after the common Reedbuck. We're on the outskirts of Bergville in KwaZulu-Natal at the foothills of the Drakensberg Mountain Range. Some beautiful sceneries that unfolded before us, and we find ourselves on a crop and cattle farm. It's been part of my bucket list for some time now. I've been wanting to get one of these species. Last year I was fortunate enough to get the Reedbuck, and this year we're chasing the common Reedbuck, so I'm looking forward to this one. A little bit different to how we hunt this species of Reedbuck compared to the Reedbuck. A lot of rolling grassy hills, so we set up ourselves quite nice. We've got the spotting scope with the camera set up on that, so we can capture all avenues. So this is going to be one epic adventure. We've got 3 days to do it in, and I'm looking forward to this one. I'll be doing this hunt alone, self-filmed, everything by myself, as my camera lady decided now was a good time to rupture her Achilles tendon. So you're hunting these vast lands, these vast rolling hills, and in between you've got these little patches of these acres of being harvested now, either soybeans or maize, but they've got a thing what they call a cover crop, where they've thrown this cover crop over, and it's now starting to come through. The plan was simple. Common Reedbuck are more nocturnal than most of the other Reedbuck species, so they come out during the late periods of the evening. So our plan was to find them feeding into the croplands during the evening and feeding out during the early morning. So as you can see behind me, I mean, the grass is as tall as me. Not a common Reedbuck, only one of the most difficult animals to hunt. Spotting them is probably more of a challenge than actually pulling off a shot. So we've got guineas just down at the bottom, which is great, because although most of the time they work against us as hunters, they give us away a lot of the time. In this scenario, there's a great possibility that they could be giving the common Reedbuck when they start standing up and getting ready for that evening feed. And so we're going to watch them closely, and hopefully out of them we get a little bit of movement that we can use to our advantage. The light's fading very fast. It's now already 5:30. I'm not going to take any chances now, especially not on the first night. And yeah, I'm definitely coming. Day one came and went, and there wasn't too many opportunities. However, we did get a glimmer of hope towards the end. So we're starting to get a little bit of movement down here. There's a female just down on the land. So I'm hoping that there's a little bit more movement. She's kind of come out of nowhere, so it's quite cool to see. So she's kind of down, right about down over there. Just like that, as the sun starts to fade, life starts coming alive here in the Natal region. It's kind of frustrating but beautiful at the same time. This is a good sign, a very good sign. Not the most ideal start to the hunt. That's hunting.
So, it's the morning of day 2, and I feel not so good. I've woken up with a bit of stuffiness in my nose. But yeah, the show must go on. It's 5:30 at the moment. I'm just waiting for that crack of dawn. And then we head out into the spot where we found that female towards the end of the evening last night. So hopefully Lady Luck's on my side today. And the conditions aren't the best. There's a slight breeze coming from the west. However, a little bit later might work in our favour.
As the sun rose on day 2, the fever and the flu came over me.
Seems like I'm gonna have to revert to plan B, and that's work the washaways here at the bottom. So the sun's starting to come up over the hill now. It's getting a little bit late, it's 7:45 morning. Day 2. Kind of running out of options at the moment. So we're gonna head into plan B. So I'll be setting up with my camcorder this way. I don't have HD footage, no 4K, but it still works like a bomb.
It headed out on a nice early morning hunt, nothing to be seen, but in the afternoon I just couldn't quite make it. However, we did manage to do a little bit of scouting inside the pickup, but nothing really substantial hunting.
So day 3, I'm starting to get this impression that I'm leaving these hunts until the last day on purpose. From the fall, Reedbuck, kudu, whatever it may be, it's just so frustrating to some degree, but the experience nonetheless has been out of this world. Hoping that we have a little bit of better luck this time around. It's looking good. Conditions are great. There's no wind, so I'm hoping I can catch them on their way out and start finding themselves to bed down. So not much has happened this morning. Came across a beautiful little darker down at the bottom, but other than that, nothing really happening.
Day 3, pretty much a carbon copy of day 2, and this is where the hunt really got frustrating for me, because as determined as I was, my body just couldn't handle it.
It is still just very cool to be out here. So officially the final morning. We were meant to leave early this morning to head back home, but after yesterday we just put in so much work that I just said, you know what, we've got to give it one last chance. The weather's looking good. Now I just hope all the stars align. So it's gonna be an interesting day, but I've had an incredible experience. You know, whether I leave here with a common Reedbuck, tick off the bucket list, or whether I leave here with what I've experienced over the past 3 days is paramount to what I want to achieve as a hunter and as a conservationist. So I've had an exceptional day in the lower ends of the Drakensberg. It's beautiful, yeah, absolutely beautiful. Let's try our luck. Yeah, so not much this morning, just 2 beautiful darker rams. One's just come out here in the bushes in front of us. Actually got him on this little makeshift phone scope thingy that I've got here, and then one's just come down on the distance. Starting to be a common Reedbuck. Finally, a ram worth looking at. He's there with a female at the moment, so it's a little bit difficult to see whether he's a good shooter, but he nice ram. Come over, I'm going to try and get it onto the spotting scope. So that's a ram over there. So you'll see the darker section of bush that side. That's where we're heading to. So right now, it's 420 yards. So we're going to try and close that distance at least. Another 200 yards. At least. Ideally, I would want to get into that 150 range so I can get a good look at his horns. But so far my heart is racing. It's an unbelievable experience. We've worked so hard for this moment. Again, I'm not going to force myself into a position where I'm just going to take any ram. It's got to be a good, thick mass old ram. That's what we're after. Key now is going to be to get the wind on our side and then move up over around the bush, because I've got about 3 or 4 acres of open field. So if I do bust him, I'm anticipating him running into that open field, giving me a 30-second gap, stop, turn and look, and hopefully we can get that shot in. Exciting stuff. Oh, you can't really see it, but while stalking, just look back and had a look at that beautiful sunrise. Absolutely incredible. Small moments like these. Don't want to take my eye off the ball. So just over here, on the thick lumber trees there on that corner, that's where he's hiding out. So, probably one of the most intense feelings I've had on a hunt so far, because you've got all this pressure mounting on you and you're trying to disperse it, you're trying to work through it, but it's so hard. So I'm just going to keep watching this area and maybe sit here for another 10 minutes. Let's try. Those of you that have hunted with me will know how much I hate the fence. I always choose the least path of resistance. This tall grass here. I see him, I think he's just over there in the bushes. I'm going to try and set up and see if we can pull off that shot.
So we worked ourselves up into a really probably the best possibility we could have had all weekend, and the unthinkable happened. Hey! Hey!
There we go.
So that, ladies and gentlemen, is what it's all about. Beautiful, beautiful common reedbuck. Jeez, did we work hard for this one. However, massive, some nice thick bases, long length to him. He's just an exceptional ram. Exactly what we're after. Very, very nice ram, beautiful. Man, I am so stoked. I am so happy with the outcome of this. So guys, that's how a hunt all comes together. As frustrating as it was for 3 days, on the 4th morning, it was worth every single minute. I'm so blessed with being able to take this massive ram, beautiful ram, nice long length to him, nice thick bases, exactly what we were after, rounded off tips as he's deteriorating in age. He's going to taste good on a fire, and I'm very, very happy with how we've achieved this goal. Another one ticked off the bucket list. So although I didn't quite get the kill shot I was hoping for, I did walk away from this hunt learning so much about myself personally, about my abilities as a professional hunter, as a conservationist, and as a hunter. If there's anything hunting has taught me, is to capitalize on the small battles and use them as victories, because in the broader spectrum of life and in the bigger picture, that is what tells an incredible story, and that is what makes you live with one unforgettable memory. My name is Dylan Love from the PH Journals. If you are, happy hunting. Until then, stay safe, stay blessed, and stay humble. We'll catch up with you guys soon.